understand. You're the one. This is everything I've waited in my life. Nothing in this world can stop the sun from shining whenever you're around.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today for the Vivacious Virgo November Horoscope. Okay, there's a few things happening this month. There is a T-square regarding the Sun, Saturn and Uranus that's affecting all of the signs. I'll talk about that in depth in a moment. I'll also talk about the lunar eclipse, and for you that's in your 9th house of the higher mind, travel, spirituality and things like that. You also have a beautiful thing called a minor grand trine happening, and you're going to handle some situations with a great deal of creativity and intelligence. Okay, just to briefly explain, I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month, theme cards for the month for you, and then I'll have a look at your horoscope in depth and finish up with a psychic channeling at the end. I see pictures clairvoyantly. Sometimes I hear things and I feel things with my body, so that's called clairsentience. Okay, let's go to this board now. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell. Alrighty, so you can think of these cards as indicators, the first card being the first half of the month and the second card being the last half of the month. Okay, I've already pre-shuffled them. Let's go with this one on top. I'm closing my eyes now. What do I see? Okay, it's an umbrella. Oh gosh, I don't know what to make of this. It's a drain pipe, or it's like the sink and then the pipe going down from the sink, and the umbrella is down the drain, going down the drain. I think it means that perhaps because umbrellas are about rain, and that can sometimes indicate sadness or feeling a bit flat or depressed, and the fact it's going down the drain, I think it means that the sadness or the depression or the flat unmotivated feeling is being washed away, washed down the drain. The card that comes up is the 8 of Wands. Okay, well that sort of makes sense to me, because this card is all about quick, brilliant ideas. Okay, and it might be useful for you to actually record them into your phone or to write them down in a little book straight away, because you're going to have so many brilliant ideas this month, it'll be hard to keep track of them. And no, you don't have to have them all made physical. You don't have to manifest them all. I always think if you manifest 10% of the ideas that you get, that you're doing well. That's how I feel. Lots of people have brilliant ideas all the time, but the trick is to actually make them physical and do something about them. If you write them down or record them in some way, then you can pick out what are the ones that are most likely to be successful in the physical world. I love that card. That's fabulous. It's spirit telling you, basically, wands. So it's that fiery, passionate energy, feeling really motivated about something to get it off the ground and make it physical. The physical world is the last to manifest. So we have like the spiritual domain, the mental domain, the emotional domain, and then the physical domain. And often we have to go through a great deal to make something physical. So well done, you. Alrighty, let's look at the second card now and see what we come up with. Okay, no. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, closing my eyes, insects. Something that's a bit annoying. It reminds ants, actually. It's ants. Let me know if you've got any ants in your pantry or something like that. But it does indicate to me busyness, getting on and getting a lot of things done. And so you could have a busy month this month. The Magician, it's all about manifesting, okay? And yes, ants build things, and you can build things too. You can manifest to your heart's desire this month. You'll see the red. Sometimes this is to do with relationships, because these are red roses. So, maybe you want a new relationship, change a relationship or something like that. But it is about taking action. Red means action. And You'll see the infinity sign here at the top, the reminder that you are an immortal being who lives forever. So it's a card of magic. It's a card of getting things done also in the physical world, okay? You don't have all of the information. See, she's got black legs, so something is hidden, but you know, you have enough to get going and to make a start. There's lots of green leaves, so growth and opportunity. There's also expression. It's about self-expression, whether you do that verbally or you do that in the way that you create. Okay, you might create something. Fabulous card. Okay, so it's interesting because this one, the Magician, what comes out of that might be a result of the brilliant ideas that you had earlier in the month. So just bear that in mind. All right, I'm just going to make this a bit larger so that you can see better. Okay, we'll put those cards there so you don't forget about them. So first thing I'll talk about is this minor grand trine. Now what I've decided to do, because we're, you know, pulling out the aspect patterns, rather than colour every line in, it gets really confusing and you just can't see, you know, in this format exactly, you know, the resolution of screens is not as good to allow you to see every detail. So I'm only going to colour the ones in that I talk about. So this minor grand trine here, Mercury in Libra, in your house of money and possessions. Okay, so negotiations in a very polite, friendly, smooth, pleasant way about your money. And it's making a beautiful sextile here to Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house of home and family. Venus in the home promotes beautiful family relationships, but also redecorating and renovations, landscaping, making your sanctuary beautiful. And it's really super important for your well-being. And over here we have Jupiter in Aquarius in the 6th house, house of work, house of health, house of well-being. Jupiter expands everything that is touched. So Jupiter in Aquarius, there's lots of thought about it. It's innovative thought. Aquarius, of course, is ruled by Uranus, which is up here with the lunar eclipse. See how everything sort of works together quite often. So, but this is a beautiful energy, the three of these planets working together to help you be creative and be more intelligent about where you spend your money to beautify your home and possibly even your workplace. There's some sort of expansion in your workplace. You could get a job or a promotion that has more money that allows you to spend more on your home, perhaps, okay? But some great things going on there. However, we also have a T-square, and we've got Uranus with the lunar eclipse in your 9th house. This is about you expanding your world and your worldview. And it could be that something happens and all of a sudden you just want to break free and be more adventurous. You want your life to be more exciting. And you could also be thinking about studying, okay, because this is the house of the higher mind, and you might want to do a course to improve your finances and improve your work prospects. Uranus does things very unpredictably, and sometimes it's like a bolt out of the blue. It doesn't mean that it's negative. You could win a lottery or something under the aspect of, you know, of Uranus here in your 9th house, where your life becomes suddenly very much bigger, okay, and there's more to the world than what you thought before. So that's just beautiful. It's in Taurus, so there's likely to be real physical effects as well. And the lunar eclipse brings stuff up out of your subconscious, and you have to deal with it. Sometimes it's a bit, you know, uncomfortable dealing with all this stuff coming up, but it really is for your benefit. Okay, so let's have a look at your horoscope in depth. This is also overseas connections too. You know, do be careful of scammers and romance scams overseas, because they're after your money. So yeah, watch that. Okay, so 4th of November sees a new moon in your 3rd house here. So this is all about communications and negotiations. It could be with family, distant family members, maybe cousins or siblings or someone like that. It's great for promotion and marketing if you have a business or you work in those areas. And you're likely to bring along some sort of emotional energy to any negotiations, and the past could also be coming back. So that's okay. Just remember, we all deal with that. We all bring our past with us. But yeah, you don't want to be carrying heavy baggage either. But this is basically about new beginnings. Okay, so it's quite a favourable thing. 4th of November to the 5th of March 2022, Venus moves into your 5th house here with Pluto. Pluto is life, death and rebirth. And there might have been a relationship that died a while ago, and it's reborn. Okay, so maybe you haven't felt like having a relationship, now you do, and so those feelings are reborn. Venus in the 5th brings romance into your life if you're looking for it. Also, it enhances your creativity, and you could be feeling more affectionate and loving than usual, and you want to express yourself in a creative way, whether that be through art or music, or even cooking or something like that. But yeah, it is a beautiful energy to complement what's going on around your home. 4th to the 24th of the month, Mercury in your 3rd house ensures that there'll be lots of negotiations. You could have some sort of mental restlessness, and you're quite curious and intellectually curious, and you want to work things out. Or you could be flitting from one activity to the other, or spend a lot of time chit-chatting to your neighbours and go out socialising and things like that if you can, if you're not in a COVID hotspot. We still have COVID hotspots in Australia where there are lockdowns, so you might do it online if you're in lockdown. But frequent outings, if you can do it, would be great. And you might also take a field trip regarding your work or for business purposes. 11th to the 14th, Mars conjuncts the Sun. This gives you a burst of energy. You could be feeling more vigorous and bold and assertive. You feel ambitious and capable of doing a lot at the moment. Do watch for anger and impatience, though. Try and compromise on the small things if you can. 19th sees the lunar eclipse in your 9th house, as I mentioned previously, the house of the higher mind. You might want to go on a mini vacation or a getaway, and it's like you're putting your life in perspective. It's like getting a big picture view of what's going on in your life and working out, how you can be more efficient in your life and happier. It's like you're more likely to want to expand your horizons. 18th of November to the 21st, Venus trines Uranus, brings unexpected pleasures, new friends, and also a playful or adventurous attitude, especially in relationships, okay? Venus just loves love, and she wants to be in a relationship. And basically with Uranus, sometimes it's a relationship with someone who's quite different, quite unusual, okay, because this influence wants you to have a break from your usual routine. You're more likely to experiment and be more spontaneous, which gives a change of pace. Just if you are going into a new relationship, make sure you're not looking at it with rose-coloured glasses, because sometimes Venus just sees the very best in people and not everything that they are. Okay, 20th of November to the 21st of December, Sun moves into your house of home and family. Here it's just fabulous. A lot of domestic affairs. Your focus is on your home and your family, and you're likely to build more trust with family members at the moment. And this will give you a strong foundation, so regardless of what's going on in the outside world, you have a core a very strong, solid core that you can rely on in yourself and in your family. Your home's very important, and with Venus there and Mercury there and the South Node, you're likely to make your home more beautiful. 23rd of November to the 13th of December, Mercury then goes into this house as well. So lots of communications again with about your home and with family members. Also, you're likely to talk about more personal, private matters. Okay, it's a good idea if you can record some of your ideas, memories, and thoughts, especially with regard to this card here, because they'll be flashing through your mind very quickly. 28th to the 1st of December, Mars trines Neptune. This is beautiful for relaxing, socializing, dealing with friends and loved ones. Your imagination is likely to be quite stimulated, and you need activities and entertainments that are colourful and exciting. 29th to the 2nd of December, Venus sextiles Neptune. This makes you very receptive to beauty, and you want to be surrounded by harmony, beauty, and kindness. You're likely to feel more gentle and tender towards other people, and maybe you help others in some way. There's like a selfless generosity, and that'll make you happy helping other people, helping family members particularly. 29th to the 2nd of December, Mars sextiles the Moon. So you want to relax and enjoy harmonious surroundings. You're likely to associate more with your family and friends and pamper them in some way. And again, appreciating your home, making it beautiful and comfortable. Now, here's one you have to be a bit careful of. Saturn squaring the Sun from the 19th to the 14th of December can bring frustrations, trials, and it might be a time of difficult decisions, okay? So you don't have to rush if you're making a decision. Other people might not want to help you make the decision, but it is a good time if you want to cut down on something, if you want to minimize something, maybe, cut down on advertising if you're in business, and look for ways that you can recycle and deal with waste better, because Saturn doesn't like waste, you see. So if you work out a structured plan, to minimize the things in your life so you can become more productive and more efficient, Saturn would like that. There could be some difficulties with employers or authority figures as well during this time. And it's a matter of just be patient, go step by step, and don't try to do risky things. Saturn doesn't like that. Okay, you could doubt the line of work you're in, and you might be thinking about changing your career. Okay, so you can make that decision when the time is right. You don't have to rush into that. You do have, from the 28th of November to the 12th of December, Jupiter sextiling Venus, which is beautiful for your relationships and friendships. You're likely to share openly with other people and attract new friends and people into your life. And if there is some sort of issue between you and somebody else, it could be resolved now. Business dealings and professional associations are also benefited by Venus and Jupiter here. It's a beautiful, harmonious sort of aspect that will help you in all areas of your life. Then we have 23rd of November to the 17th of December, Saturn sextiling Chiron, and this gives you a great sense of purpose and direction in your life, particularly your career. You probably discard some old ideas that you had about authorities or professionals and change your mind about something. And you could learn a new procedure or some sort of new practice in your work. Something that seemed impossible to deal with can be resolved or healed at the moment, especially relationships with parents and elders. These are likely to improve, and you're likely to really have some important life lessons at the moment. People will offer you wise advice, so do take that. Okay. Right, so that's your horoscope. I'm just going to close my eyes now and see what I can see for you. And okay, let's see. Okay, so I've got a ladder here. Do be careful of trips and falls, especially if you're going up a ladder. But symbolically, it means ascending in consciousness. Something about horses just popped into my mind. I don't know what that was. But I also want to say the ladder could be to do with painting your home. By all means, go ahead and do it, but do take care, of course. You know, well, you don't know it, but I'll tell you. Once when I was about 20 years old, I was living in a flat and I decided to paint it, and I had a bucket of paint up on top of the ladder, and it fell. I had paint all over the floor and all over me. It was dreadful. I had to clean up this mess. It was, and terps, and it was just dreadful. So please be careful, Okay, so what else am I seeing for you? But it does mean, yes, beautifying your home, and it also means symbolically ascending in consciousness, taking the necessary steps to go up the ladder of success, okay, if you want to think of it as, in a symbolic way. Okay, there's something here about cooking. Oh, right. Okay, I think this is symbolic. It's like dough, making dough, and this can mean money. Okay, bread dough can mean money, or maybe you're just going to make bread. But at the very least, it's like something that benefits you, and it's a wholesome way that you go about it and make money. Okay, anything else? What else do I see? Okay, catching something is like a big hook I'm seeing that's going out and catching something. You're drawing something towards you that you want. Okay, so manifesting your heart's desires is possible, and you can take some steps this month to do that. Okay, so that's it, everyone. I hope this is useful for you. If you share on your socials or leave a like, I'd really appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I would also appreciate that. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.